Thursday. Let's come into the community and cook and make us something special and delicious. Okay, so let me tell y'all what my plans were. Let me sit y'all up right quick because I want to talk to y'all before we get into what we're gonna make. So thank you everybody that has been showing up on Thursday, has subscribed, and has started looking at the videos that I had in the past. I really, really enjoyed everybody looking at that and doing amazing, just showing love, because this is a community and we're trying to build, learn. And if you don't know something, leave a little message at the bottom. I do read the messages that I get. It's not like I'm overwhelmed with a bunch of them, but the ones I do get, I read them. I do comment, I like, and I take in a suggestion when I do something again to try what you told me. Now, I love that I have a community of cooks, bakers, aspiring chefs. Okay, if you are a chef, don't be upset with me. I don't know. I'm not a chef, I'm not a baker, I'm not a cook. I'm not a professional, okay? But they always say once you do 1,000 hours or 10,000, you're a professional. I'm almost there. So what I'm gonna let you know is I made a video 5 years ago when I found my piece. My piece is coming on here, not even coming on here live. My piece is to make and bake. So I like to make things by hand and I like to bake things. So when I'm by myself, I go and I check out a cookbook, whatever, or I'll see a show, or I'll go out to a restaurant with somebody and I'll be like, I know I can make this at home. So my whole thing is like, I can do this at home. I want to try it out. And that's my piece. I like to bake. I like to remake and bake things. So it might not look according to what I ate, but I guarantee you it tastes good. So I tell people I bake for taste, comfort. I don't bake for decorations. I don't bake for the bezazzle or dazzle or just cute. That's not me. But if you want it to taste good, come to your girl. I'm a baked for taste. So that being said, 5 years ago, I had a video on here and I remixed almond joy. I made my own almond joy at home and it tastes good and it was delicious. But the only thing about it, it was ugly. When I say it was ugly, it's because the chocolate was too thick. I didn't have the right consistency, and the almond, I should have just broke it down, but me trying to be like the almond joy candy bar, I just stuck it on top and I finessed it. And that was 5 years ago. And it's going on 6 years. And I have been having people look at that video. And it's so cringy because I'm on there and I'm talking about this candy bar. And I'm like, oh, it really did taste good. So the people that made it, they know it tastes good. But it was ugly. It was not cute. So I'm going to remake that today. I'm going to go ahead and I got everything set out. I'm even doing it better than last time because I have took all of the advice that people have left in the comments about how to make this candy bar better. So I'm like, we're going to make it better. We're going to make it look good. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to look like almond joy, but I guarantee you if you make it, it's going to taste like an almond joy and you can bring it to the party. So you know about bringing stuff to the party and all that good stuff. So if you have looked at that video, it's going on 6 years that I have posted that video. I believe it should be going on 6 years. And today we're going to remake it. So forgive me if it wasn't up to your standard, but I bake because I like to bake and it's like a comfort zone. So everybody has something different they like to do. And that is what I like to do. I like to bake. I like to read instructions and do my own thing. Yes, so hello everyone that's coming in. I just explained what we're going to do today. My goal is to remake the almond joy that I had posted on my live or on my video 5 years ago. It's going on 6 years. And on top of that, today I really wanted to make some egg rolls with y'all, but we're going to do that next Thursday. But this Thursday, we're going to remake this stuff that, you know, it's killing me that I didn't do it right the first time, but I am not a chocolate person. I don't like bake with chocolate and stuff like that. So forgive me. So let me go ahead and put some hand sanitizer because I already did that one too with the washing. So now what we're about to do, I'm going to go and give you the rundown of how to make these remixed almond joy bars. If you have not made them, if you want to make them, or if you're interested in making them, hey, this is going to be simple, it's going to be easy, and it's going to be delicious. So I have a mat right here, silicone mat. You can get them at the stores. Bakers know. If you're not a baker, you'll know today. So these are good to bake on, cook. You can sit things on there, put it in the refrigerator, all that good stuff. Hopefully you can see it. Mine, I put it to use. Some of them are just plain, they don't have anything. These are like the cookie ones, so it gives you the perfect cookie if you're interested. We're going to use this as a guide because these are going to taste like an almond joy, but they're not going to look like an almond joy. So you need 3 ingredients, maybe 4, just depend. We have some sweetened coconut flakes right here, and this is what you're going to need for your almond joy remix. Some coconut flakes right here. And then you're going to need some almonds. So when I made this video a couple years ago, I did the almonds. They were whole almonds. I love all types of nuts. Cashews are my favorite. Pecans, whatever. So I had used the whole ones. They have slithers, they have slices, they have the halves, they have salted, they have flavors. They have 1,001 types of nuts. But an almond joy is an almond. You can get the ones without it. You don't have to put the nuts in there. But I got the ones that were sliced because last time I put the whole ones in there, and I got a couple comments. People was like, oh, you should have them or you should mix them up. And I like the idea that they gave me. And then I got some condensed milk. I just took it out the can because I wanted to show y'all the condensed milk. Now, if you're a real baker, you can make your own condensed milk with sugar, milk, and all that good spices, or you can just buy it at the can. So if you're interested, this is what everything looks like that I purchased. The condensed milk, it's a whole can right here. I got some almonds, the sliced ones right here. Oh my God, hold on y'all. Oh, I guess my camera was too heavy. Or my phone was too heavy. Hold on. That's never happened before. Oh Lord, hold on. Hope I didn't break nothing. Jesus, that was a scare. Okay, are we here? Are we there? Okay, boom. That was crazy. My whole phone just fell on the floor. Let me see if that's in there. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Okay, and back to what I was saying. So condensed milk, the condensed milk, sliced almonds, and sweetened coconut flakes. Okay, that's all you need. Now, as I was learning how to do this, people was telling me that my chocolate was too thick. Oh, sorry, you need chocolate too. My chocolate was too thick. That's why it was looking ugly. And literally, I realized like, oh, okay, so how do you thin your chocolate out? So you can do a double boiler. You can do the 10-15 second interval method in the microwave. I just have a mini crock pot right here. And I actually just put my chocolate in here. And I am going to let it melt. And as it's melting, someone told me a little trick or two, which you actually do to thin out your chocolate, because I'm going to take it off because it's already melted. To thin out your chocolate, you are going to put in a little bit of olive oil or oil or whatever in there. So whatever you use to cook with, you just put a little bit in there, like a tablespoon or so. And that is how you thin out your chocolate. So I'm going to try that. Now, I know since I've been using chocolate and doing like holiday events, people have been telling me like, hey, if you're going to use chocolate and you want it a little thin, just put a little oil in there. And yeah, it really does work out. Now, this is too thick. I got a lot of chocolate in here, so I'm going to add another maybe tablespoon. So it was really like 3 tablespoons in here. And I'm just going to go ahead and add that in my chocolate. And I'm going to unplug my warmer or my crock pot because I don't want this to seize up and burn. So yeah, and oh, okay, this really does work. Okay. So all my people that work with chocolate, thank you for that advice. And I'm actually doing that right now. So, yep, this is the consistency that I want. I might make it a little thinner because we're going to cover up our, oh, this is hot too, y'all. We're going to cover this up. Now, another thing someone told me when I had made this recipe 5 years ago, get a real fork. So what I really didn't have, I was using a plastic fork because guess what, y'all? I was trying to get done making this recipe and I was trying to make it without having a mess. So I got a real fork for the person that told me maybe if I wouldn't use a plastic fork, this will work out. And I'm like, listen, I'm here to make things simple and easy for myself, not make it hard, not do extra stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and put that 3 tablespoons in there because listen. Yep, it's working out. All right, so let's get to doing this. This video is not going to be long. And if you like it, make sure you subscribe and you come back every Thursday to cook with me. Yeah, okay. That is the thank you for the person or the people that told me to do that. Great idea. Didn't know. I'm not a chocolate maker. I don't work with chocolate, so you know, whatever. So we're gonna make Almond Joy our remix. Now, if you want, you can do extra stuff. You can put other stuff in here. You can do whatever you want. Hello, everybody. Tell me, what is your comfort? What do you like to do by yourself? If it's like reading a book or like going shopping, that's everybody's thing, going shopping. If you like to bake, if you a cook, what is something that you like to cook, like Italian food? If you like to cook soul food, if you like to cook or you just like to make your own thing, like home comfort food. Some people are really good at like doing like grilled cheese. Like that's home comfort. Like they make different type of grilled cheese. It don't have to be like the regular. Or if you are like a cookbook type of person, you bring a cookbook home and then guess what? You go in the kitchen, go to town and just cook everything. So what type of cook are you? Do you cook to feed people because you want to see them eat your new creations? Or do you cook because you just like to try new recipes out and see if you can master it? I'm all of the above, but my specialty is baking because I like to bake on my own. Okay, so you're gonna get you some coconut flakes. It doesn't matter. It just depends on how much you want to put in there. I'm going to use all this condensed milk. So I have about 2.5 cups of coconut flakes in here. And I'm just going to go ahead and dump this in here. Now, if you're not for sure if you're going to make a lot of these, then do not use the whole can of condensed milk. The condensed milk is a very small can, but it has a lot in there. It's punching a lot, okay? So you could always start off with 2.5 cups of coconut flakes and then work your way to adding more. Now, something that I kept reading in the comments when people were telling me about me making this, my almonds were whole almonds. And they're like, oh, you should half them or you should mix them up into your candy bar. So I like both ideas, but today I'm going to use the method of mixing them up in my candy bar. So this right here is too wet, so we're gonna actually add a little bit more of our coconut shavings in here, or flakes, whatever you call it. And then I'm also gonna add in a 1/4 cup of almonds in here. So I'm gonna mix them in there. It's still gonna taste like an Almond Joy bar, okay? So mix this up in there like so. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of my flakes, or you can add more of the almonds in there. It's just up to you. Now, if you wanna get real specialty with this and people have to come to you to get this, you can go ahead and add like not M&Ms, but you can add like chocolate chips in there, white chips in there, chocolate chips. You can add like your favorite candy bar, crush it up. You can add multiple different types of nuts in here. I wouldn't do peanuts, but I would add like cashews in here. I don't know. You can add a lot of stuff. So what I'm actually going to do while I'm talking about it, I'm going to actually have this right here, and I'm going to go in my refrigerator because I know I got like some other stuff in there, types of nuts. And oh, I think I got some walnuts, y'all. And I am going to actually put some walnuts in here, okay? So I'm going to have this because we're going to get real creative. All right, so I'm going to put that over there. Now, you do not have to put the almonds in here. You can leave them plain and just mix this up. You do not have to do that. But I'm going to add some walnuts to my second batch. Ooh, the church people are going to love me. If you have diabetes, this channel today is not for you, because I am going to have you at 600. You might be going to the hospital because I had you at 600. So I'm going to add some walnuts to this one. Oh man, that is going to be the bomb. And I'm going to add a little bit of Heath candy bar. If you don't know what that is, try it out. That candy bar is the bomb. Ooh-wee. You say you don't have a dentist, this is not for you. Okay? So I'm going to sit this on the side. We're going to mix that up in a little bit. But we're going to finish with the original recipe because I don't want nobody to get upset with me. Okay, so this is the original recipe right here. So all we added was just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and boom. Now, I told you a couple years ago I made this, and it was not to the liking of looks, but it tasted absolutely amazing. So after we mix it all up together, get you some parchment paper or a silicone mat. It really doesn't matter. And you want to go ahead and you want to spoon them up. So you can make little round balls, or you could try to make like the oval type ones that look like the Almond Joy. It's up to you how you really want to present this. So today I'm going to try to present it in a way that is more aesthetically pleasing. So I know it tastes good because I tried this before and I made it, but this time I'm here to show y'all that I'm going to make it look aesthetically pleasing. Gotta make sure my chocolate haven't seized up or anything. My hands are clean. I washed them and I put some hand sanitizer on them before we started. So beware, I already did all that stuff, y'all. So I'm gonna make like little, I'm not gonna make them too little because I want them to be like bite size. 2 bites, and that's good enough. Is 2 bites good enough to be called a bite size, or y'all feel like it should be more than that? And I'm gonna kind of make them a little bit round. I don't want them too big because we're gonna dip them in the chocolate. So that's where in my original video 5 years ago, I had made these and the chocolate did not look so pretty. Now we're just gonna ball these up, put them in little balls. And then once you do that, you want to put them in the top of your freezer and you want them let them sit there for probably about maybe 10 minutes because you want them to get a little hard. Now they're not gonna freeze over and be like hard balls, but you want them firm. So you want them to sit up there for probably 10 minutes. It's not gonna hurt if they sit overnight. That's even gonna be better because once you dip it in the chocolate, guess what? The chocolate's gonna get hard. And when people bite into these, it's going to be a bite of heaven and diabetes, okay? Because these are super, super sweet. So if you missed it from the beginning, we're making Almond Joy remix bars. I have a video on my channel. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. This is a community where we are learning, we're growing. And if you know how to do something and you want to be like, hey, and I'm not doing it correctly, or if I ask like, hey, is this correct? Or what you think about this? Chime in, let me know. Tell me how you feel about it. Be nice, be kind, be courteous. Other people is watching and we all here to learn. But yeah, I made Almond Joy remixes. That's what I'm calling them. Bars 5 years ago. And people are finding that video and they are giving me tips on how to make it better. Now, I told people I cook for taste. I want you to eat this, taste it, and tell me how it tastes. And if you tell me it's tasting delicious, I know I did my job. Now, I do not cook or bake for looks. So, you know, sometimes the cake might not have a decoration on there. And it might be something plain and simple because guess what? I am cooking and baking for taste. Okay. So we're going to finish up these. That one right there, I'm going to sit on the side. That is going to be the gourmet of gourmets, okay? Because we had added some more nuts to that. We didn't added a Heath bar to it. We done added a lot of stuff to that. So you do not have to make these the plain Jane way. You can always bump them up, pump them up, and add extra stuff to it. This is a good little carry-in, or, you know, Halloween, if you have like a Halloween party and your family like, hey, or your friends like, hey, what you gonna bring? And you don't want to bring the typical things. This right here, 4 ingredients less, don't take that long. Everybody loves it, unless they're allergic to like coconuts and they're allergic to nuts or something. I wouldn't bring this to the party, okay? Now, you don't have to make it with the nuts, so it's okay. So we're going to set this aside. That one we're going to mix up later, but we got the gist of what's going on. So after you get them all set in your size, put them in the freeze for about 10 to 15 minutes. If they stay overnight, it's cool. It's not a big deal. So I already did some off camera. Hold on, guys. All right, let me slide that in there. Scoochie, scoochie. So I already did some off camera right here. Boom. Hopefully y'all can see what I got going on. Earlier, my camera, my phone had dropped. That was crazy. Like, never had that happen. Phone dropped. So these are the gourmet ones. We're going to do that later. So I made some off camera right here. They're nice and firm. Like I said, you just want to put them in the freezer to get them firm and nice for you. And all my lovely people told me what I need to do when it comes to chocolate, because I normally don't work with chocolate. I'm just plain Jane. I don't do a lot with chocolate. So they told me to add some vegetable oil in here, and I did. So this is a lot, and I just added 3 tablespoons because I really wanted like thin and light coated. And then on top of that, they told me to use a fork. So I'm going to put this on my fork like so. Hopefully I can see, and I'm going to take my chocolate and I am going to drizzle it on top. Now this time when we make these are going to come out pretty. They're not going to be chunky like last time. Last time they were chunky. It was a lot going on. Okay. And I am going to shake off. Okay. I'm going to shake off the excess of this. And I'm going to put it back on my parchment paper. So I was telling people, if you don't have parchment paper, it is okay. You can use the silicone or you can use some aluminum foil, but parchment paper is mostly recommended what people do. That looking cute. All right, so I want to make sure I got everything in so y'all can see. Cool, cool. So let's go ahead and do this. Now, I wouldn't do this if it was like room temperature or like when we just got done, because you know it needs to sit up. So give it a minute, 10 minutes, it's cool. Shake off the excess of the chocolate, and that really does work. It really helps. Now if you want them like super cute, you know what I tell y'all, just take your time and make them more round, or you can use like some type of I don't know, you can use some type of mold if you want them like a certain way. Oh, y'all know what? I should have did the mold. I have a mold really to do this. That's cute. Okay, okay. So we're going to finish these off. Now, while I'm finishing these off, I have a question for y'all. What type of dessert are you going to bake this holiday? Oh, matter of fact, what type of candy are you planning on trying for Halloween? Or what candy do you like to pass out to your trick-or-treaters? So I like to pass out Snickers to my trick-or-treaters when they come around, because I like Snickers. And then on top of that, I like Reese Cups too. And who doesn't like Reese Cups or Snickers? So when you go to the store, do you buy candy like what you would eat, or do you like buy what you think the kids will like? I'll typically buy candy that I like to eat. So if there's anything left over, or while I'm passing it out, guess what? I can give me one or two too. All right, so we're gonna sit there on top of there. So let me know what kind of candy that y'all like to try out while y'all passing candy. And I know it's a couple of Halloween parties today, tomorrow, this weekend. So just be safe out there with the kids. Make sure you are able to see them. If you're a parent, get like the little reflectors, a light, a flashlight or something. Just make sure you're careful, and make sure your kids do not eat the candy until you check it and get home. Because again, we're in this type of world. People just be doing weird stuff. I grew up, we used to have the bags, like the grocery bags. And then some of us, like once we get done with our Halloween bag, we would go to the house and dump it in our grocery bag. And then our parents would be like, oh, you can get a piece, and we'll help and get a piece. Or we would sneak a piece out the bag. And then we'll go back to the houses or the next street over and act like we just started, because we already dumped our candy bag. That is so funny. Nowadays it's like, nope, let's get it over with. You're done. So this really did work out better than last time. Okay. Thank you for everybody that told me about that little trick. I was not aware of it, because guess what? I'm not a chocolate connoisseur person. All right. I mean, I feel like if I just use a fork, a plastic fork would work too. So as that is sitting and drying, I want to just, yeah, it's still sitting drying. We're going to go ahead and put these up the top so they can dry. And then when they come out, we're going to take a bite together. So I'm going to let this sit. Oh, y'all, I thought my candy bars had fell on the floor. I got so much stuff in my freezer, it is not even funny. I almost had a heart attack. Not my candy bars. All right. So I'm gonna let that sit up just for a few seconds, and then I'm gonna look at the comments. We got some people in here, and I want to say thank you for tuning in. What is your name? Okay, what she said. What made you name your channel? What's your name? Oh, because it's partially my name, and then I also have a business, and my business called Ari Infinite, and we sell cosmetic products. And I feel like partial of my name, and then on top of that, you can do endless things. Like, who said you can't do anything? You can do anything you put your mind to, and it's endless things out here that you can do. Okay, so if you want to be a pilot and you want to do this and that, you can do that. So that's where I got it from. Pretty much, I have so many careers behind my back. That's so funny, because I'll go to school for something, and if it's intriguing and I like it and it's interesting, I will go to school for it, learn it, get the certification degree, and then I will turn back around, and guess what? I will do something different again. I have worked at a career, not a job, a career for 15 years. And guess what? I decided to switch and do something totally different, because it wasn't because I was bored. It's because I wanted to learn something new. So you can do whatever you want to do. Yeah, and half of that is partially my name. So yeah. So yeah, I didn't copy off of anybody. They're like, oh no, I'm one of the original OGs, okay? That was my name. Back in the day, it was just one Ari in the classroom. Now you got 12 of them. No, I'm an original OG. People was like, oh, I never heard that name. Now you hear it all the time. So, yeah, that was a good question. Thanks. All right. Jesus is king. Yes, he is. I'm from Germany. That's what's up. Delicious. Yeah, so this is our gourmet one I told y'all we was making. So while I was talking to y'all just a minute ago, I was like, oh, you can put them in like molds or silicone or something like that. I just thought about it. Like, I got some molds that I have in my kitchen, and I have like the cookie ones as well, but I'm gonna do like the little muffin ones and see how that turned out. But we're not going to make them so, like thick. We're just gonna put a little bit in there. So I got like these silicone ones right here, and we're gonna try that out, because why not? Who said we couldn't do that? Who said? So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the silicone. Hopefully they pop out, y'all. We're not baking anything. We're just testing some stuff out today, as usual, because this is a class of learning, and I'm gonna sit them in here. And hopefully they pop out. And if they do pop out, that's going to be like a little cute little treat. It's a candy or cookie that you can buy. It's kind of like this. It has like chocolate at the bottom. Oh, I think that's what, yeah. See, this is what happened when you like to bake, and then you got people behind you that's encouraging you to do crazy stuff. Guess what? We're going to put a little chocolate at the bottom. Set it up. Why not? And then I have to come back to y'all and show y'all this like probably tomorrow. So, because we don't got time today. We do not have time today. But that was a great idea. Just talking to y'all. All right, so I'm going to put a little chocolate at the bottom. Just a little bit. I didn't do a lot. And then we're going to give a little scoopy scoop of this. I'm always coming up with something. Oh my God. If you are a diabetic, this is not for you. Now, please believe I'm not eating this. I like to cook. Other people can eat. So I'm going to put a little bit of chocolate. I'm going to put a tablespoon of chocolate at the bottom. Stir it around like so. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then I am going to put in our gourmet almond deluxe bar. That's what we call them. Almond deluxe bar. That is crazy, y'all. I was like, why not? Let's make a mold. Like, literally, it's not that much in there. I don't want y'all to think like I'm filling this up. We just did a little coat, a little skim coat, if you please must know. And then we're just getting a little scoop of that, and we're just pressing it down. And if y'all don't know, I take these treats to church, and I sit them in our entryway. And everybody knows that I bring treats to church. And I put them in like cute little packages or something. So they know it's from me. Now, I always tell them, hey, if you're allergic to something like nuts, don't be over there. Stay away. Because I put nuts. I cook with peanut oil sometimes. It just depends on how I feel. It depends on what's in this kitchen. All right. I think the one with the chocolate is going to be bum. I think we should just redo this over. So tomorrow, I'm going to post a picture And then y'all can let me know, or next Thursday when we come back, y'all can tune in and I will save them. Well, I'll save like a couple of them, like 2, 3. You know, 2, 3. What's the new thing? 6, 7, and show y'all. All right. So once I get done with this, we're gonna take the candy bars out of the fridge, and I'm gonna see how them turned out, and then we're gonna have a bite together, and then I will see y'all next time. Man, I think this is gonna be a hit right here. This is going to be a hit right here. All right. So spread that chocolate around like so. And again, I told you I like to bake. So if I would have came up with this idea when I was off camera, I still would have did it. And then I'll be able to let y'all know like how long it took for this to set up. All right. Put that in there. This is so funny to me. Like, I'm talking to y'all and I'm like, it was a cookie back in the day, and it was like this with a chocolate bottom. And I'm up here like, I can remake that myself. See what I'm talking about? When you have people just let you do stuff like that. All right. So we got this together. We're going to check this out tomorrow because I think this might have to sit a little bit longer than the other stuff. And if not, you know, whatever. My hands are so freaking sticky. Okay, so we got the chocolate bottom in there. And then on top, I just have our deluxe almond joy bar. They're going to call me because they're going to want this recipe of the deluxe one. And I'm going to put that in the refrigerator. And then we're going to take the other ones out because they should be done by now, y'all. Because it's just the chocolate hardened up. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. And now we're about to taste them. And now we're about to get into it. Okay. Let's get into it. My hands are sticky, but it's okay. So, if you're going to be a cook, if you're going to be a cook, if you're going to be a baker, you got to test your food out. You got to taste it. I already know how these taste. They are delicious. They're good. Yeah, this look way better than the ones that I made 5 years ago. It's a thin, nice coat on there. Forgive my finger. Hold on. It's a thin, nice coat on here. If you want it to look more presentable, which that's what we were doing today because we already know how they taste, try the silicone mode. That's what I just did. And now we're going to take a bite of this. Yeah. Tastes like an almond joy bar. Now, if you like almond joy, it's good. Take a bite. Take a bite. Yeah, this is so good. And whoever told me to mix the almond inside of the mixture, I like it because you don't even know where the nuts at. It's like a surprising amount. Now the deluxe ones, yeah. I'm gonna take me another bite. And I'm going to share the rest because I don't want to eat this whole thing. It's really sweet. So if you're not into like eating something really, really sweet, that is not it. You can even make them smaller. And then on top of that, you can take them to the party. So what I'm going to do is just package them up. You really just need one. Because if you eat more than one, you're going to be on a sugar rush high. And I'm going to finish these off for tomorrow. And hopefully y'all like. I'll see y'all next Thursday. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to save one. Because I'm not going to come back on tomorrow. Because I got to work. But I'm going to show you next Thursday the ones that we made, the deluxe ones. So if you like them, you got the recipe too. A bonus for you. See you next time. Hopefully you like. And let's start thinking about something for I can cook on live. Because when I come back, we're cooking food. Because I'm hungry and we're going to cook a real meal next time. Thank y'all. Have a good one. Uh-oh.